An Ohio man was arrested for trespassing twice at Prince Harry and Meghan's Montecito home. Not once, twice. One time, maybe it's an accident, but this is 2 times. Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office confirmed that deputies responded to the couple's Montecito, California home on December 24th and warned 37-year-old Nick Brooks. 2 days later, deputies were called to the home again and arrested Brooks. The man is like a fly. He keeps buzzing off and then coming back. Brooks was charged with misdemeanor trespassing and has since been released from custody. That charge followed a list of previously unrelated misdemeanor charges. Security. In the interview, Meghan described letters she had written to members of the royal family. Quote, "It's very clear the protection of me or Archie are not a priority. I accept that. That is fine. But please keep my husband safe. I see the death threats. I see the R propaganda. Please keep him safe. Please don't pull his security and announce to the world when he or we is most vulnerable." And they said it's just not possible. So we're going to look if Harry and Meghan still have their security. Obviously, they're living in a very lavish $15 million home. It's got like 14 bedrooms and 15 bathrooms, something like that. They don't have to live in a lavish home. They have millions of dollars and they can pay for their own security, but they seem to be living beyond their means. Let's look some more at this Brooks guy. Meghan and Harry trespasser, this guy Nicholas Brooks, has an assault conviction and admits he was high when he broke into the grounds of the Montecito mansion. Very commonly, people who are going to intentionally commit crimes, they take drugs first before committing the crimes because it's just easier for them to do it. Good Morning Britain, following up on the Piers Morgan thing, they're losing 100,000 viewers a day after Piers Morgan quits. Okay, and their total audience plunges 40% in 1 week. And now BBC Breakfast is beating them out in the same time frame. Okay, and they were beating BBC Breakfast. I think Piers was a host here for 9 years. Now, what's happened since? Piers Morgan tells ITV, "You're welcome," as Life Stories pulls in 2 million viewers. So Piers Morgan quits Good Morning Britain, and on the same station, ITV, Good Morning Britain is on ITV. With ITV, he makes a new thing, Life Stories. This doesn't come together in a day. It takes about a week. He's been gone off of Good Morning Britain for a week, and he goes and does another thing, and they get the highest ratings on that night for the Piers Morgan slot. This says several things to me that Piers Morgan, that ITV knows they really like Piers Morgan, and they were just taking him off to take the heat off. I actually wonder if Piers Morgan will come back. So let's take a look at Nicholas Brooks. Is he insane? Is he dangerous? Is he obsessed with Meghan, which is very probable? Do Meghan and Harry still have palace security protecting them? And will Piers Morgan return to Good Morning Britain? Because a lot of people want him to return. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please remember to like. It helps the algorithm. Please subscribe. A lot of people have been unsubscribed. Please share and please comment. So this fellow, Nicholas Brooks, he traveled over from Ohio. He was found 2 times on the Markles property, Harry Markle and Meghan Markle, and he was arrested. And he's also, this was all the way back December 24th and December 26th, so the day before Christmas and the day after Christmas. Wow, that's really odd. That's really odd, and it's a really common problem in California with famous people. So let's see how crazy he is. Is this guy crazy? Because this guy, the look on this guy's face says to me, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. I don't even know what's going on. Are you arresting me now? I mean, what is this all about? That's what that look on his face says to me. So is he insane? Is he dangerous? How insane, how dangerous? Or is he, I'm going to check if he's an obsession stalker of Meghan. Maybe he is. But let's take a look. What's going on? Is he insane? Is he dangerous? Manifesting. Oh, look at that. Oh. Interesting cards. Let's read them. Four-leaf clover, magi, and olive tree. So opportunity to manifest a relationship. 23, 6 clubs. He wants a deep and lasting relationship, probably with Meghan or possibly with Meghan and Harry. Star Bethlehem, the future and hopes and dreams and wishes. Fox. Red hair or clever, or he has a plan. He has a plan and a scheme. So we have Magi and we have Fox. So he's directly trying to manifest a close, deep relationship with Harry and Meghan, or just Meghan, and he has a plan for it. So he's carrying out his plan. Interesting. Broken chalice. Didn't work out. He ended up arrested. Heart and ruler. So heart is good intention or love. He loves the royal family, but he was rebuffed. Butterfly and home. He was just kind of trying to connect with them at their home. He doesn't look dangerous. He doesn't look insane. These are not dangerous or insane cards. He was rebuffed. He has a plan. He's trying to manifest a relationship with them. Let's look more closely at Nick Brooks and Meghan. Is he obsessed with Meghan? Because that's typically what happens. Jodie Foster had a couple of obsession stalkers, and they would break into her house. But interestingly, Jodie Foster is gay. And these were men who were obsessed with her. Did they not get the memo that Jodie is gay? She's not partial to the men. You're kind of wasting your time, dudes. They must not have gotten the memo. And this guy seems to have not gotten the memo that Meghan is married, and she has a full-time job controlling Harry at this point. And she doesn't have time for him. She's looking for a billionaire. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Brooks here is not a billionaire. So let's look at Brooks and Meghan. Is he obsessed with Meghan? Mr. Brooks. Meghan Markle. We have an obsession stalker. Well, up here we have the lovers, reacting and very emotional. So he's got a lot of emotions invested in this. It looks like he was communicating on an ongoing basis. Yeah. 9 and 5, 14, 4 diamonds, about them being together or something. So he may be contacting Meghan over, social media, telling her he loves her. What do we have here? We have, 28, secret. We have player, official, and from the world. So she has a presence in the world, and this is her, and she rises to the highest place. So Meghan is just a public figure. This is saying that Meghan is a public figure in the world. And, she's seen by a lot of people, a lot of eyes on her. A lot of men and maybe women find her very attractive and think she's wonderful. What's over here with Mr. Brooks? Water into wine. He gets a lot of hearts. The center of this is water into wine, transforming the situation among the many people. Let's see. 26, 7 diamonds. He's taking outside action to transform this situation.
he's a love obsession stalker. And he's been communicating this to her over the internet, in electronic media, trying to get her attention. And finally, he just came to the house. She's just a public figure, and he's a stranger. 8 clubs is definitely a stranger card. So he's a love obsession stalker. He doesn't look dangerous to me at all. He got caught up in that assault charge. Now, Harry and Meghan are complaining about not having security. Well, there's a very simple solution to this. Live a less extravagant lifestyle, and you won't feel money pinches, and you can hire your own security. I mean, there are actors and actresses that live in very modest homes in the very good areas, and then they have more than enough money to pay for their security and all the other bells and whistles that they want. Okay, look how John Lennon lived. John Lennon was on Central Park, just in a high rise, so the security was baked in. And then when he walked outside, that guy shot him. But in terms of being in his house, he was quite safe because there were layers of security in the condo already. Meghan and Harry are not doing that. They have to do it all themselves. They're living in a separate property, etc. So, but anyway, do Meghan and Harry have any palace security protecting them? Let's look at let's see. They said right at the beginning of 2020 it ended. So in 2021, because we're already in March, do Meghan and Harry have any palace, Scotland Yard or royal protection officers protecting them now in 2021? Do they have any royal protection officers protecting them now? Well, underneath, coffin, ending, very publicly, Ace of Diamonds exposes everything. They've been cast out and it's all over. Cross, permanent family cut off by the king. It was an executive decision, cut from the family and cast out and ended. Not looking good. 2933. The key is it's over. So underneath it's over. People didn't know this, and it was just revealed. What's on top? Working together. Angel, good intentions, and secrets. 10 and 11. 21. 6 hearts, karmic relationship. So the palace is always, I admire this about the palace. The palace is always taking the higher road, the high road. They're always taking the high road. They're always definitely on the surface. If there's arguing and stuff underneath, that's not seen by the public. So it's kind of gauche and distasteful, that Meghan is airing all this dirty laundry, because that's just not how the palace operates. On the surface, they keep everything underneath. So on the surface, they're really trying to do the best for Harry and Meghan. Underneath, this shows sort of devastating. It's really over. The connection, they're just withdrawing one thing after another because Harry and Meghan are not serving the Queen, serving the palace, and it's being withdrawn. And soon we have the deadline. It's March, and I believe at the end of March is the 1-year review. Okay, they gave another year, and they're going to have to just cut everything off. And that could also be, these cards could also be referring to the 1-year thing, where it looks like they're just being completely cut off. And you don't deserve royal protection. If you're not a working senior royal, you don't get royal protection. You don't get official royal protection. So, and there's several people, Eugenie and Beatrice and others, they don't get royal protection, and I don't see them being kidnapped. Okay, and they can pay for there's money. They can pay, and you can live a bit more modestly if you don't spend so much on your 14-bedroom home. What do they need 14 bedrooms for? Who is staying there? Okay, they need 2 bedrooms at this point. And what do they need 14 bathrooms for? They use every 2 weeks, they cycle through all the bathrooms, and then they come back to the one they used 2 weeks ago. I mean, is that how they do it? It's very strange. So Piers is making some moves over at ITV. I'm wondering if he's going to be back on Good Morning Britain. You know, they're just, because they're kind of falling flat. I did see another lady. It was unfortunately, I don't remember his host's name, the female co-host, and then another female. Man, I really didn't like that other female. Piers is great. I'm a big fan, but I didn't like that other. They're just trying on shoes. They're trying on the slippers and seeing who they want to put in. And the lady that they put in, she was terrible. Now Piers' co-host, she's good. She's really good. Okay, so will he return to Good Morning Britain? Are we going to see Piers? Oh boy, there's the 10 spades. So as per the ongoing drama, are we going to see Piers return? Strength deeply rooted and connected to ITV, but this was the worst possible ending. He quit, he resigned, he left, and it was kind of mutual. Okay, it was kind of mutual. He said some things that ITV didn't like, and they're like, that's not our brand, we don't like that. 21, 23, 6 club, but he is really connected. ITV really likes him. Okay, so with the Good Morning Britain thing, it didn't work. That was a bad situation, and he left on bad terms. 2 or more options. No, the sweetness, the love is gone. The honeymoon is over. So he was there 9 years. The honeymoon is over. Man with the message. So he was honest about his message. He just spoke his mind. I don't believe a word that Meghan says. I wouldn't even believe if she read me the weather report. And that's what he said, and people complained about that. So I don't see him coming back. He has other options. He's going to explore other options. But he has a strong position at ITV. ITV really values him. And like they just did that other thing with him. They just did another show with him immediately, and that shows that ITV really values him as a presenter and someone with a voice. So I think Piers, it's not over for Piers. Piers has other options, and we're definitely going to see Piers other places, but I don't see him returning to Good Morning Britain. That looks like it's done, because if he goes back, I think the attack will start up, and if he goes somewhere else, there'll be a lot less attacks on him, because it's not exactly the same spot that he just left. So let's review. How crazy or dangerous is Nicholas Brooks? It doesn't look dangerous or really crazy to me at all. On an interesting note, I read Ted Kaczynski's manifesto. Man doesn't read like crazy at all. He's just somebody who doesn't like what he sees. You should read it for yourself. I mean, if you're able to think for yourself and think outside the box and not just go along with what everybody says, I would encourage you to read some of these manifestos, because they're very interesting. Ted Kaczynski, left civilization and went and lived in Montana with no heat and lights and no plumbing, because he had very strong feelings about stuff. And it was very interesting to read what he thought, because he's a brilliant guy. Whether you think he's crazy or not, he's a brilliant guy. So looking at this spread, Nicholas Brooks definitely does not look dangerous. It's funny. He was trying to manifest a relationship with Meghan, and he had a whole plan, and he planned out the future. I think he's living in La La Land. Okay, but he doesn't look dangerous. And he doesn't, he's living sort of in a fantasy world. You could characterize that as, okay, he's kind of crazy. But a lot of people check out and they don't like to live in this reality. It's kind of painful. So they'll live kind of more in a fantasy reality. A lot of people who are gaming all the time, that's what they accuse them of. So it's common in society. And there's a lot of people who take illegal drugs and such. Those people are kind of just checking out of objective reality. Okay, so this guy, he's not doing those things, but he's not, functioning great in the real world as it exists today. And that would describe a whole lot of people. So what's the relationship between Nicholas Brooks and Meghan? He's a love obsession stalker, and he was trying to get her attention, and he just wanted to be noticed, and she's just a public figure, and he's a stranger, and because of her high profile, the high tower goes all the way to the top. She's a high profile public figure, and he just wanted to get her attention and, love me. I'm Nick Brooks. You have to love me. Look how great I am. I'm wearing an Ohio Buckeyes jersey. You know you love this, Meghan. You know you love it. Just admit you love it. That guy Harry, you want me, Nick Brooks. Okay, so do Meghan and Harry have they had any palace security in 2021? No, it's really over. And it's actually good to see this on the bottom, how over it is. Because, the palace is step by step by step shutting off the faucet, pushing them away. It's just like Edward and Wallace Simpson. They're becoming a stain on the royal family, and they're just pushing them away. And Meghan and Harry are reacting to this with violent anger and doing the Oprah interview. And that's what's happening. And it makes more sense now seeing, Meghan and Harry's reaction. It came, for me, I'm a watcher, you're a watcher of the royals. It kind of came out of the blue that Harry and Meghan would do this. I'm like, oh, that's too much. But we didn't see what was going on under the surface. They're really shutting it down. The royals are really shutting down Meghan and Harry and just taking it all away behind the surface. And we're not seeing that. And they're very upset about it. Okay, so Piers Morgan, Good Morning Britain, just following up. Are we going to see him again on Good Morning Britain? Is he going to come back and be the host? No, I don't think so. This is pretty bad. The honeymoon's over. He's just going to move on to something else. And that's what I see. And good for Piers. As long as Piers is a major public figure out there and we hear his voice, I'm happy. I don't care if he's on Good Morning Britain. I personally don't have the option to watch it regularly. I just see his articles and stuff. Piers articles. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination and Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment.